Good morning, ladies and gentlemen from Wakker. My name is Jan de Jager. Today I'm representing the joint venture team which made a proposal to answer the Wakker call for innovation. We are two Netherlands-based, family-owned coastal dredging and engineering companies, Van den Herik Sliedrecht and Nautilus Coastal Solutions. I myself, I'm a coastal dweller by birth, with a lifelong interest in coastal processes anywhere on the globe. Further details about my professional life and achievements you will find in my personal resume enclosed in our call for innovation proposal. In addition, I want to tell you about the following experience in my life. As a young civil engineer graduated in the Netherlands, one of my first foreign assignments was in Suriname, South America, one of the three Guianas, which coasts are being accreted by an abundance of Amazon silt sediments. Along this coast, more than 50 years ago, I observed the magic mangrove tree for the first time in my life, and I was fascinated. There and then started a lifelong admiration for this tree, described in National Geographic magazine in 1977 as the tree nobody liked. However, my admiration came from the fact how nature meticulously designed this tree to be able to survive in often harsh coastal conditions in salt water, and in the meantime created an extraordinary habitat for many under and above water species, resulting in a huge coastal biodiversity, and when managed in a sustainable way, a paradise forest for coastal inhabitants. Regretfully, even now in 2020, and despite numerous in-depth studies, scientific publications and warnings, mangrove trees are still being cannibalized in many coastal regions on Earth. Not much seems to have been learned since 1977. The other members of our team. Unfortunately, the two other members of our Call for Innovation team, Jan Huibers, Managing Director, and Marcel van der Maas, Project Manager, both gentlemen working for more than 3 decades with Van den Herik, cannot present themselves today to you because they are managing dredging and reclamation projects abroad. Again, the details about their professional life you will find in their personal CVs enclosed in our proposal. Together our firms possess over 100 years of wide-ranging experiences, including the realization of nature-based solutions whenever feasible, which did evaluate and is based on our country's centuries-old battle over 1,000 years by living and working in a vulnerable, very low-lying delta country, often threatened by high water, wind and waves coming in from the North Sea. However, we have managed to survive these harsh conditions utilizing ingenious solutions. Approximately 25 to 30 years ago, our government institutions, knowledge centers and a limited number of private sector companies as well realized we should, whenever possible, start to incorporate nature-based solutions into our civil designs and projects, because we should not continue with building only too massive and inflexible solutions, very often resulting in huge CO2 emissions. Today, nature-based solutions and building with nature are now a common practice within our country and also within both our companies. Our proposal for West Africa is based on the following 5 design principles. Number 1, installation of an elsewhere prefabricated offshore barrier reef with similar wave-breaking features as coral reefs do have in tropical waters. A prime and inspirational example of the very effective coral reef almost completely encircling the island nation of Mauritius in the Indian Ocean. Number 2, the abundant reclamation, landforming with sea sand deposited directly behind the new barrier reef. 3, the massive new planting of the magic mangrove tree on this newly built Barrier Reef island. The abundant reclamation with sea sand deposited on top of the eroded beach's coastline. 5, a continuous but hidden protection underneath the beach sand at the top of the reclaimed beach utilizing endlessly coupled gabion mattresses as a flexible but monolithic protection. The picture behind me is showing you the illustration of what I just read in words. We foresee the inclusion of sufficient safeguards into our designs to be able not to obstruct navigation into West African ports in any way, nor does our design negatively influence the coastal drift of sediments. Our design also allows for the inclusion of additional measures in case climate change and continued sea level rise will happen in the following decades. Our team does recommend the establishment of an institutional department, regional or nationwide, responsible for managing and maintaining the new coastal zone, its infrastructure, and looking after the fair working of the management of the new offshore mangrove forest for the well-being of all inhabitants of coastal communities. This is the end of my short oral introduction. I do hope it's all clear to you. In case you may want further clarifications, please drop us an email to one of us with your question. A final fact I want to tell you, in October 2019, Mr. van der Maas and myself, we had the opportunity to meet and discuss coastal matters with Mr. Peter Christensen during a gathering called Meet the World Bank, held at Delta Rest Knowledge Institute in Delft, the Netherlands. Thank you for your attention, and we are looking forward to meet you one day at the coast in West Africa.